Okay, so the moment that you've been waiting for, or maybe me, is finally here. We're actually putting parts on the S550. We're starting the build for the throttle throwdown. The first step today is gonna be the suspension, because like the Coney coilovers are gonna go on pretty easy. The BMR parts, everything should go on pretty smooth because it is all brand new. Thankfully, even though it said outside, nothing is rusty on this car. I think we're kind of in the rust belt, like right on the edge of nastiness. I don't really know. They do put salt on the roads here. I'm rambling. So we're gonna get right into putting the parts on and actually do some work today. So we did the passenger side off camera because that's what I do, is I do one side first and then I come over to this side and make it look easy. However, obviously S550 rear end is like a whole new ball game, so many freaking arms, that we have to basically drop the subframe to get the spring out. That's like the easiest way to do it. So I'm gonna drop the subframe and then we're gonna put the Coney coilover on finally. Get that dilated my finger. Oh. Okay. It dropped like right on my finger. So we have a new K-member support from BMR, and this one is still kind of like pretty nasty, pretty eaten on this side. So okay, so it is officially day 2 now. Yesterday, we got some of the suspension parts on, like the coilovers, the K-member brace, the, oh my gosh, the sway bar. And I actually sent a picture to BMR because I didn't know if I had it upside down or not, because a lot of the pictures were from like the old generation sway bar. Thankfully, they said it was all good to go because I was not looking forward on doing that. I have all of the accessories out, but it was still a pain in the butt to even get it in. I respect anyone who puts it in with like all of your stuff in there. But today we're moving on to MBRP Exhaust. Now, they are one of my biggest partners for the year, and I'm so excited to have them on board because they have some of the coolest exhaust like products, tips, everything. I mean, even just the detail in all of this is super sick looking. The EcoBoost exhaust is actually one of their, I think, top selling products, they told me. So we have the we have the race version out right here. I do have the street version muffler, so I'm going to do a little like trial of before and after with the race versus the street. I don't know if I'll do that before it goes to throttle, but we'll do it at some point. And then on the table here, I have the downpipe. So, this product, I am not entirely sure if it's available from them right now because they did pull this and send it to me. I just don't know if they're still making them, but I'm super excited because the downpipe that was on it was just, again, old and crusty, and this one should sound pretty sick, and it's just a lot nicer than what comes stock. And then for the tips, I am so freaking excited. This is the coolest exhaust tip. The carbon fiber cover is just so freaking slay, and I'm really excited to have these on the EcoBoost. So without further ado, we're going to get this on the car. That should be one of the last pieces, and then I can bring it down and set it on the ground, I think. And yeah, keep moving forward. Hey, so we got the exhaust pretty much on. This is the MBRP downpipe, which, again, they do not have available right now, but they like me or something. So I was able to get one, but I think it's gonna be pretty loud. So I think it's gonna be pretty loud. I removed the taillights because we're doing some Euro tails, which are just white taillights. And I decided that after I saw a wasp nest, or like multiple wasp nests, oh my gosh, literally illiterate, that I think the whole bumper should come off because I'm pretty sure it's disgusting under there. So I already kind of started taking out just like the fender covers, and oh my god, they're so disgusting. And the bumper, every time I move it, it like stuff literally comes out of it. So, I mean, that tells you how bad my tool is. That's disgusting. My brand new Wera tool is already disgusting. But that's what they're here for, right? I'm still kind of stuck somewhere, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a really good shower tonight. Yeah. Holy shit. Must have been mice back here too. Oh my god. I think right now is the perfect time to talk about and to thank today's sponsor, which is American Muscle. I couldn't have done this entire build without them because this car needed everything but the kitchen sink thrown at it, and thankfully that is just about everything you can find on AmericanMuscle.com. I really, really love using their site when I'm building a car or even looking to build a car or looking to do some upgrades or some modding, because I can make a build list, wish list, save for later list, and everything stays really neat and organized, and I can see kind of what the scope of this build or this mod is going to be. And I love that I can do that for multiple different vehicles because, as you guys know now, I'm starting to grow a collection that's kind of concerning. One of my favorite things is I was able to build a needs to drive list and then a wish list, and I still have some stuff on that wish list I will be doing soon, so stick around if you want to see that. But if you guys have a Mustang that you need to do some work to, that you want to mod, upgrade, or just repair, then you should go to AmericanMuscle.com, build your list, order those parts, and let me know what you get down below because I need some ideas for this thing and the other 4 cars in my fleet. But again, thank you to American Muscle. Your support has been just absolutely amazing. You're making my dreams come true, and I'm just so thankful for you. But now, back to the building. All right, we're on day 3 now, and yesterday we got the exhaust on. That's what we did yesterday. We got it pretty much all like mocked up. It's not tightened everywhere, and I'm missing 2 bolts, which I have to find and get. But today, the to-do list is going to be plugging it back in for the first time because I need to roll up the windows because we need to wash it because we took the bumper off last night and it was just downright disgusting. So I'm really excited to get the car on the ground for the first time and like roll it. I'm so stoked on that. I got to put the front brakes back on. I got a little bit of stuff to do before we can get it outside. But then once it's outside, we're going to wash it, clay bar it, prep it for the wrap pretty much. And I think that's the biggest task of the day. So I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I plugged everything in, I think, that needs to work. But, like, hopefully the airbags don't blow. Okay. I heard it click. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So we got the S550 outside after quite a bit of hard pushing because it didn't want to roll. The tires were flat, so we aired up the tires. Then we got it outside. And now we're prepping it for the wrap. So got some spray clay, I've got a clay bar, I just did a wash on it. But I wanted to get it prepped because the disgusting like rear bumper area, wanted to clean that out. Wanted to start on the interior and maybe start wrapping. But yeah, I gotta put like the taillights in and stuff, and I couldn't do that with it being nasty. So we're basically doing that right now, and then we'll check back in once it's in the garage. This stuff is like insane. It actually got so red on the other side, and it definitely feels a lot smoother already, but I think a clay bar will be like the perfect touch.
Do you lie awake at night? Are you afraid to turn out the lights? Is there something you're scared of?
So today we are working on the interior of the car. I've got the new steering wheel about to go in. I replaced the airbag little like cover there. We've got Shelby. We've got the seats over there. I think we're gonna try to get one of those in today. But yeah, today is just kind of the interior, the easy pieces, and see what we get done. So got the steering wheel on, and I absolutely love this. I think, for me personally, I like it more than the carbon fiber steering wheels, but I think it looks so sick in there. Now it has white stitching to go with the white seats. And another thing that I wanted to do to kind of complete this interior is extended paddle shifters. I think these are gonna look absolutely killer. And I know it's an automatic. Paddle shifters obviously This is a automatic shift knob, so it still has like the locking mechanism, but I think that looks so much more clean. And yes, it probably looks like I'm trying to make it seem like it's a manual, but I'm actually really excited for paddle shifters, and I know this transmission is not the strongest, but I'm not putting a lot of power down. So I just think with this and the shift knob, it's just gonna look really sick. Okay, you guys, this is absolutely freaking insane. The transformation on this compared to where it started. We got the new steering wheel in, we've got the paddle shifters there, and then we have the shift knob. That looks so freaking clean.
What's there out in the dark? Make sure to keep all your windows locked. Do you surrender?
So we got the new radiator, the new AC condenser, and the new intercooler in. And then the transcooler we left stock because it had some little bit of damage, but not that bad, and I didn't want to replace it. So my biggest complaint is on the drift car, I was able to delete AC and it looked a lot cooler. I've got a cool CSF radiator in here, but then the AC condenser sits in front, so it looks like doo-doo butt.
Try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out.
Battery's probably low.
You think so? It's been sitting and it's been like... Greatest car. It started, and we have a little bit of an exhaust leak where the turbo meets the downpipe because it's just a little bit loose there. We're gonna sort that out. We don't have the charge pipes on, we don't have the air intake on, but it turns on and it actually idles like pretty good. So I'm actually impressed. I'm excited. Okay, so I finally figured it out. Basically, it wasn't even running with a turbo like an EcoBoost because the little plug right there was not plugged in, so it wasn't registering the turbo pretty much. It was running NA, and now that we have it plugged in, it sounds freaking sick. Okay, so we just did the oil change. We've bled the brakes. This thing should be fully operational, or at least I freaking hope so. This will be the first time that this moves out of the garage under its own power since it got torn down. And my seat brackets got delayed, but we have a fix. So yeah, let's try this. I'm a little nervous. I just don't want to wreck it again. Not that I wrecked it in the first place, but you know what I mean. Wow, the car is done and on the ground and orange and it drives, and I totally filmed all of that, right? So unfortunately, I hate filming myself wrapping because it is so tedious and kind of very hard to do still that I don't like to film myself doing it. However, things were coming together really quickly. They had to come together really quickly to make throttle, and time was running out, so I kind of just panicked and finished the car. But yes, it's a running and driving car. It went to throttle. It debuted in the McGuire's booth. It was supposed to be in the MVRP booth. However, there was an issue with shipping, so we wound up switching to the McGuire's booth, and I think everyone loved it. I think you guys love it. I love it. I mean, I think that's at the end of the day all that matters, but I'm grateful that you guys love it. I think out of pocket right now, I am sitting at about $5,000 for a 2017 Ford Mustang EcoBoost with 22,000 miles on it. Which is crazy because, you know, younger Morgan never thought she'd be able to afford one of these cars. And the fact that I built this myself, yes, I had some help. Thank you to Ian and Randall and Shelby and Cole, especially for being there and when I was losing my mind. But I never thought I'd be able to afford one of these. And the fact that I don't have a loan on it and I was able to do it, and I was able to have the support of people like American Muscle and MBRP and Coney and K&N. I mean, it feels so surreal, and it's honestly, at the end of the day, the most thanks goes to you guys, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing, and I hope that this inspires you, because it's just me and a couple friends in a garage, and we built a freaking 2017 Ford Mustang. I still don't believe it. When I'm driving the car, when I was towing the car up, I just kept looking back like, that's not mine. That's not mine. Like, that's a cool S550, but like, it doesn't feel like it's mine yet. So I'm really excited to actually start putting some miles on this and to start, you know, just driving it. I'm still lost for words. Like, I'm so grateful. And I think I cried like 3 times once I got this car done. And then once I drove it. And it feels so surreal. And I'm starting to have a problem with how many Mustangs I'm collecting. But next up will probably be the Fox body back there. That has a really fun build plan. And I cannot wait to start sharing that with you guys. Everything is finally coming together on it. And yeah, if you want to see me build some more Mustangs and continue to mod this one because I'm not done with it, for sure I'm not done with it, then give me a subscribe, like, comment, follow, whatever. And anything you guys think I need to do to this S550, let me know down below because I think it does need a wing and maybe some other things. So let me know what you think I should do next.